Okay, what's up everybody? So, we're in for episode 3 of Sakura Angels. I'm just gonna load it up real quick. Whoa, what just happened? There we go. There we go. Okay, I was making sure we had the right one, guys. So, as the teacher shows up and class begins, I give one last look out the window. Water steams so heavily down the glass that I can just barely make out what's on the other side. Yeah, you gotta remember the weather was really bad in the last episode, so. Dot dot dot. The lesson goes on through. With each passing moment, I find it more and more difficult to focus on the subject at hand. The writing on the board blurring to an incomprehensible mess. I can feel it at the back of my skull. That familiar creeping pain. Why here? I've never had these headaches at school. Yeah, because remember that chick goes to school actually. They usually only crop up when something bad is about to happen. I guess it's not a full-blown headache, so I shouldn't have anything to worry about for now. Is it a warning that something is coming? I don't know what to make of it at all. Kenta? Are you okay? I hear Saiko whisper from her seat behind me, a gentle hand on my shoulder. I look to my side to see Hikari giving me an equally worried glance. Did I look that bad? Maybe these headaches are affecting me more than I think. I nod my head and muster up a faint smile. I can barely even convince myself I'm fine, but it's enough to make them focus back on the lesson at hand. Lunchtime arrives and I can barely recollect what I was taught. What subject even was it? And that's not important right now. At least I have the time to collect my thoughts and get a grip on the situation. We're going to go get lunch, Kenta. Do you want to come with us, or... hopped out of her seat, Saika skips to the front of my desk and peers down at me with a grin. I blink. It takes me a good second to register that anything has been said to me. Huh? Oh, you guys go ahead. I just have a bit of a headache. Saika offers a sympathetic look when I mention the headache. Kenta, about the headaches. There. Hikari pops out of nowhere and stifles Saiko with a hand to her mouth before she begins dragging her out of the class. Come on, Saika. He doesn't even know any of that, and the cues are going to get too big if we stand here. Micah's muffled cries of distress are the last thing I hear before the pair vanish into the corridor. Huh. Wait, headaches. Does that mean she knows I've been having them frequently? And more than likely, knows the cause of them? If they know anything that will enlighten me on this bizarre series of recent events, I really want to chase them up on it. I can't let something as important as this be slipped under the rug like everything else they've tried to keep from me. I rise up from my desk with a wobble, my legs not quite all there. They should be at the cafeteria, right? I start for a corridor myself, but something catches my eye almost amongst the waves of students going by. Silver hair and amber eyes, a female student marches along with a blank expression. My head rings. Where have I seen her before? Wait, is she really? There's no doubt about it. She's the dark angel that has been making our lives a living hell. Yet she seems like a completely different person right now. Gone as is any trace of madness. All I see right now is an emotionless schoolgirl. That was weird. I just saw my screen flicker. Yuzuki. Her name falls out of my mouth the moment I come to the realization. Has she always been at this school? How did I not notice something as obvious as this before? Our eyes lock across the crowds. I fear something terrible is going to happen as dread sets in. But her gaze quickly flickers away before she carries on about her business. She was so intent on getting me before, and now she wants nothing to do with me? Something isn't adding up here. I know it's a stupid and reckless thing to do, but I can't help but chase after her. If I go to get Sakura and Hikari, she might be gone by then. It's hard to keep up with her as waves of students crashed against me, everyone in a frenzy to get their lunch, but I just about to manage to catch a glimpse of her heading to the staircase. Yuzuki, wait. She pays me no mind and continues to ascend the stairs. Why am I following her? I don't know what I could possibly get out of this beyond an early demise, yet I still insist on hiking up the stairs after her. She seems so different. Well, just secretly hoping that there's more to her than the initial Kratos monster that confronted us 2 times before. Something that will help me make sense of this mess. I reach the top floor, breathless after climbing the stairs 2 steps at a time. I peer out to the corridor to try to see where she might have gone to, but there's nothing. I'm sure I wasn't that far behind though. So where did she disappear to? I mean, this is where the stairs end, unless... Would she really be out there? In this weather? I make for the staircase again and go up a short flight of stairs leading to the rooftop. The rain sounds more violent than ever outside. I can't possibly imagine someone willingly wanting to be out there. But I have to check, just to be sure. I fight against the raging winds and heave the door open. Yuzuki. There she is, standing by the fencing, gazing out of town over with a hand idly gripping the mesh. Already the rain has drenched her completely, her soaked uniform clinging to her skin. She seems completely unbothered by it though, and she doesn't feel the rain, as if she doesn't feel the rain at all. I've only been out here for a second and I can already feel the urge to creep up on me as the chilling rain makes short work of me. Yuzuki ignores me, her amber eyes vacant. At the very least, she doesn't seem hostile at the moment. Right now, I think the rain has a more likely chance of killing me than she does. I take a step towards her, my foot splashing into a sizable puddle. What do you want? She responds bluntly. I might as well be talking to a completely different person than the girl that went after my life. I think carefully before opening my mouth. While things are peaceful right now, it might take saying only one wrong word to set her off. I can't be too reserved. I want answers. After hesitating for a moment, my voice instantly comes out and croak. I finally confront her. Why are you so set on killing me? I don't understand any of this. What I mean is, why me? She sits up for a moment at the sound of my voice. I fear I might have said the wrong thing already, but she gradually relaxes again. I'm surprised you even noticed me at all. Today. Tell me, Kenta. How long have we been in the same class together? What? Has she really been in the same class as me? I'm sure I would have pieced together things a lot sooner if that was the case. Yuzuki let out a bitter laughter. You didn't even realize, did you? I'm not sure. I might as well be a ghost. Don't you know what it feels like to be completely invisible? When no one will even give you so much as a glance my way. Her grip tightens on the fence, the wires sinking into her flesh. What is she talking
授業
about?
でパートナーがいたこと
Never
は
be
なく、
picked as a partner
誰と
for
も一緒に昼
projects,
食をとること
to
もない。
never be asked to sit with someone for
先
lunch,
生にも無視されてる。
to even be ignored by the teacher in class.
小さなことかもしれ
It
ないけど、
seem
何
like
年もそういうことが続いて、
pretty small,
少し
petty
ずつ
small
憎し
things,
みが湧く
but
よう
over
に
the
なっ
years they've added up, and slowly the hate began to set
た。
in.
人は傲慢で、
People are selfish,
失礼
rude,
で自分
arrogant,
からあなたはこう考えるでしょう。
and you're probably just thinking,
な
why
ぜ友達を
don't you
作る
make
努
the
力をし
effort
ない
to
の
make
か。
friends yourself? I guess that's how it did come to mind. All I can do is stand and listen as she continues, ignoring the urge to
試
shiver.
してみなかったとでも思うの。
Do you
一
think
生
I
懸
haven't
命
tried?
話そうともしてみた。
I've tried so hard to fit in,
社交的に
to
ね。
be social, to talk to
で
people.
も、
But after a certain point, the social circles are
絶対
set
入れない壁
and
が作ら
become
れてしまっていた。
impassable walls for those looking to join.
私の挨拶を
My
無視さ
cheerful
れ、
greetings were met with a
話しかければ
complete
白い目で見られた。
indifference. My attempts to talk with classmates were met with painful
家
stares.
に帰り、
And
暗
then
闇の
it's
中で一人
back
でしま
home
う。
to sit in the dark, lonely home before I have to force myself to come back to school. A place teeming with people,
人々
yet
がいる
it's
場所こ
here
そ。
I feel the
私
most
にとって
lonely.
友達が欲しかったわ。
Was it too much to ask for a
何でもいい。
friend
おしゃべりでき
I
る
could
友
talk
達が
to,
ね。
confide in, have fun with? Just
テレビ番
like they
組
do
みたい。
in the TV shows? Is that really so much? So she's just lonely? But why are you? She cuts him off, so she spins to meet me eye to eye. Vacant stare is gone, and its place in its place one of hate, aimed directly
気を
at me.
悪くしないで。
But don't feel
Oh,
sorry for
ど
me.
うでもいいから。
None of that matters anymore. Not after tomorrow.
すべてが
Everything
変
will
わる。
change tomorrow. As I ask her, a searing heat surges through the skull and forces a glance out of me. She smirks at my pain.
感じるでしょ。
You can feel it, can't you?
彼女はもうすぐ自由にな
She's
る。
so close to being
彼
free
女の
now.
力は日々大
With
きくな
every
っている。
passing day, her power grows. What are you talking about? Who's going to be free?
あら、聞
Oh,
いてい
so they
ない
haven't
の。
told you. Interesting. I wonder why they're so intent
どう
on
して秘
keeping
密
it a
にしているの
secret.
かしら。まあいいわ。
Regardless, everything
明
will
日
make
すべてが
sense
行われ
tomorrow.
る。私はやっと。
I'll finally get what I want, and she'll finally
彼
get
女
what
は
she
彼女
wants.
がの。
Yuzuki drifts past me as I struggle to keep upright, the headache refusing to
さ
die
ような
down.
ら。
Goodbye for now.
次に会うのが
The
最後。
next time we meet will be the last. Wait, Yuzuki, what are you? It's too late. She's gone. I'm left alone on the rooftop in the pouring rain. I wanted to try to get to the bottom of things, but if anything, I think I'm even more confused now. Achoo! Okay, I should get back inside now. Soaked to the bone, I squish into the classroom. I didn't see Yuzuki all the way down, and she doesn't appear to be here either. So I have no idea where she might have vanished to. So I've lost her, and now I'm probably going to succumb to something. Great. Kenta, what on earth happened? Oh, I guess I came to check on me since I was taking too long to get to the cafeteria. I turned to meet her with a faint smile, my hair dripping wet. If I tell her Yuzuki is here, or I went to Corona alone, she might worry needlessly, so I'll keep it secret for now. It's nothing, don't worry. Nothing? Kenta, you're completely drenched. What were you doing? I had to go get something, but it was too much of a rush to remember my umbrella. I'll be fine, really. Chew. Okay, the sneeze isn't going to do me any favors. Come on, let's get you all dried off. You're going to catch a cold at this rate, and Hikari will flip out if she sees you like this. Ah, true. I'm lucky it was Sakai that found me first. I offer no resistance as Sakai takes me by the wrist and guides me out of the classroom. She doesn't question me any further on the subject either, of which I'm thankful for. Almost dying in the rain aside, the rest of the school day goes by without much more happening. I catch no further sign of Yuzuki, though my headache lingers. So, it sounds like we're actually getting kind of done with this. I try to piece together everything Yuzuki has said. From what I can understand, she's doing this all because she wants friends? It doesn't make sense. How did she end up the way she is to begin with? And who is the she Yuzuki keeps referring to? Someone that is somehow linked to my headaches. And by extension, I can only assume that she is the cause of the monsters and everything else that has been going weird lately in my life. Yuzuki also implied that Saika and Kari can know more than they're letting on, which I could tell already, but not to this extent. I want to question them all about this, but I'm sure I'll be met with the same silence. Why is everyone so damn secretive? I feel like I'm the only person in the world left out of the loop right now. I keep to my thoughts. On the wet journey back home before long, I found myself in my room, gazing listlessly at the ceiling. The rain gradually dies down as the evening settles in. Things are finally calm. But for how long? Yuzuki words are still repeating in my little mind. Something is going to happen tomorrow. Something bad. And I have no idea what. I glimpse out of my window. The useful tent is there, built a little more wet than usual. I feel sorry for them having to camp out there when in this sort of weather. Those two girls. They've got to know everything that I'm struggling to understand here. It's not fair that even though this entire situation was supposedly revolves around me, I somehow know the least. I don't know if they're doing it to protect me or what, but I'm beginning to feel like it's too late for that. I continue to stare at the tent. It's not that late, so they might still be awake. Okay, yeah, I've decided. I'm going down there and demand they explain everything to me. I have to make a stand and be assertive. No more secrets. No more games. I refuse to leave them alone until they tell me all I need to know. Okay, I guess I'm saving. That was weird. Hold on 1 second, guys. I have Facebook messages. Okay. Stilling myself, I slip on my shoes and sneak out into the garden. Yup, this is happening. I'm finally going to learn everything. I approach the tent, its entrance securely zipped, but that won't stop me. I know how these things work. I grab hold of the zip, no hesitating here. I give them no time to stop me, and then in one swift moment I unzip the tent's door. Okay, no more secrets. I want answers. I want them, what? Hello. How you do? Kenta! What the hell do you think you're doing? Oh no. I may have made a mistake here. Apparently, past experience have taught me nothing. My jaw drops, and I found myself unable to put together any form of reply I had to cipher for. Upon opening the tent, I am greeted by the pair of them undressing in a space that looks far bigger on the inside than does from the outside. A dizzying fragrance just from the tent and stirs my senses, rendering me more dazed than I already was before. My eyes are torn between the pair, unsure where to settle as they flip between them. They're both so pleasing to the eyes. While both of them are clearly impressed, Saika only seems surprised about the whole ordeal. But I can see Hikari practically shaking in what I can only assume is rage. This isn't fair. How was I supposed to know? They do this stuff on purpose, I swear. Kenta! Hikari barks, scrambling for something with her oddly suspicious tent to cover herself with. Right, sorry. I was just The right thing to do here would be to zip the tent back up and wait for them to get dressed, but all I can do is guard, possibly making the situation much worse than it should be. Curse my natural instincts. I can't help but look. It's what I am programmed to do. Just what? Being a pervert. Because I can clearly see that. Oh god, I hope the neighbors can hear this. You got me all wrong. I just wanted to. She cuts me off. Naturally, of course, I was never going to be allowed to explain myself. That's just not how it works with these girls. No more excuses. I'll let you off last time, but now, with a blanket covering most of her body, crouches towards me with a scary position, all while Sayaka stands by. Maybe we should hear him out. I'm sure he wouldn't just barge in here without a good reason. Oh, he had a good reason, alright. A perverted one. No, Hikari, listen to her. I really do. She cracks her fist. Have mercy! Her fist flies, and I soon see the stars as I'm left flat on my back, gazing skyward within my garden. I left spiral down on a good morning before Sayaka and Hikari approached me, now fully dressed. Why does everything have to be so difficult? After explaining how I met Yuzuki the other day and what she had told me, it seems I finally convinced them to explain things. I led them to my room so we could more comfortably explain things. The tent was an option, but I have bad memories of that place now. Sayaka plops down onto my bed and excitedly looks around about the room while Hikari stands by the door, still angry about before. I said I was sorry. So this is your room, huh? It's nice to finally be able to see it from the inside after spying on it all this time. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. It's surprisingly neat. Okay, so, are you guys finally going to tell me what the heck's going on? I wonder what sort of things Kenta has saved on his computer. Sakura reached over and prodded at my laptop. Guys, can we focus please? Oh, right. Thank you. Sakura sits straight and takes on a serious expression. One that I wasn't even sure she was capable of. We really were gonna tell you, Kenta. It wasn't something we wanted to keep a secret. We just thought we could handle things on our own before letting you in on it all. But as you've heard from that Yuzuki person, time really is running short now. Which, by the way, I still can't believe you didn't tell us about that up till now. You realize how much danger you put yourself in when you went to face her alone? Hikari cuts in and stomps her way across the joint Sayaka, fire in her eyes. See, this is why I didn't tell her anything. I know it was stupid, but it was the only way I could learn anything since you guys weren't being very helpful. That's... She falls silent. Guess I got her there. He has a good point, Hikari. Don't side with him. You're supposed to be my partner. So all I hear is how time is running short. But why? What exactly will happen tomorrow? The start is something really bad. What though? Enough with the cryptid stuff. Don't yell at me, Kenta. Sheesh. Calm down, I was just getting that. I may have lost it a little there. I pulled back from her and quiet down. Tell me, Kenta, what do you know about your bloodline? Your ancestors? I don't really. Wait, why is this important? Your blood is the most important thing here. That's why we're even bothering to protect you. Hikari, don't be mean. But your blood is why we were sent. If it fell into the wrong hand, namely Yuzuki, we would all be in a lot of trouble. Why my blood? What's so special about mine? It might be a little hard to believe, but you're the descendant of a long-running line of mages, people with magical abilities. Come again? Where on earth did they dig that up from? I think if they came to me with that on the first day I met, I would have labeled them as crazy. But after all I've seen, it's a bit easier to believe.
そういえば分か
How
ってくれる
much
かしらね
more does it need to
あ
be
なたは
spelled
魔
out
法
for
使
you?
いの血筋なのよ
You have mage blood. Shouting into my ear doesn't really help me process it better, you know. Why wouldn't I know something like this? It seems pretty important.
もうこ
Well,
の世界は
the world in
魔法
general
の
doesn't
存在
really
を忘
know
れてしまった
about
の
the existence of magic
テクノロ
anymore.
ジーが発達
It's
して
just sort of something that got lost in the history books as technology slowly began to take over.
だから
You know, most families with magic in their blood at this point don't even know about it.
眠ってる
It's
夜
just
なのか
something
な
that lies dormant now. Okay, so a lot of people have this magic blood. What makes mine so special? More special than theirs anyway.
よくぞ
I'm glad you asked. Sayaka hops to her feet from dead, taking me by surprise. This girl can't sit still for more than a minute, I
細
swear.
かいことを話すと長くな
It
るから
won't bore you with all the details, so here's the story in short. She clears her throat as if it were a school presentation she had been practicing
数
for.
百年
Hundreds of years ago, back when magic was still prominent in the world, there existed a mage with tremendous power.
でも
So
すご
much
い
power, in
力だ
fact,
ったの
that she was
誰もが
pretty much the mage at the time. Everyone looked up to her, and she was an inspiration to all. But you know what happens to people with all the power in the world, right? She frowns and lets out a sigh. They always want more power. It changes people, corrupts them, and she soon wanted dominion over everything. Over everyone, even. All the respect that people once had for her turned to fear, and she became a blight on the land. Everywhere she went, darkness followed and spread across the land as she went about her conquest. This is getting pretty lengthy. And why do I feel like I know this person she's talking about? Are you still with me, Kenta? She leans forward and raises an eyebrow as I let out a yawn. Huh? Yeah, totally, I think. But what does this person have to do with me? I'm getting there, gosh. Basically, you're related to the person that had the courage to stand up to this dark queen and put her in her place.
なんで言っちゃうの
Hikari, why did you have to
あ
spoil
なた
me?
が全部話してい
Because
たら
if
ど
you
う
tell the
な
whole
っちゃう
story,
の
we're going to be here
そんな
until
時
the
間
sun
がない
rises.
の
And then, and time is of the essence here. Aww, I was really getting into it there and everything. Thanks, Hikari. I appreciate it. So, what? My ancestor killed this evil queen person?
もしそうなら今
If he
こんな
did,
話は
we
してい
wouldn't
な
be
い
here having this conversation right now.
彼女の力は
No,
強大で
with
倒
all
す
the
こと
power
は
she
不可
had,
能
killing
だ
her was an
彼女の
impossibility.
不滅とまで
I
は言わないに
wouldn't
しても
go as
そ
far
れ
to
に
say
近い
she
存在だった
was immortal, but it's pretty close.
彼は彼にでき
The
る限り
best
の
we
力
could
で
do,
彼女を
he
封
could
印
do
した
was seal her, using the most powerful silly magic he could
あなた
muster.
に流れてるって
Which leads us back to that magical old blood pumping around inside you, Kenta. Essentially, he tied his fate with hers when locking
封印
her
は
away.
とても
A
強く
seal so powerful that will only unlock when one strict condition is met. And what condition is that?
わかるでしょ
I think you should know by now. Something to do with my blood,
正
right?
解
Bingo.
彼女
Her
を
seal
封印
will
した
only
力
truly unlock if it comes into
その子孫の血でのみ
contact with the blood
封
of
印
one
は
of
解かれ
the
ます
of the one who sealed her away. By extension, any of his descendants.
実際に
Well,
は
actually,
子
not
孫
just
が
any
誰でもって
descendant.
わ
It
けじゃ
has
な
to
く
be
て
the one
潜在魔力
one
値
who
が
has
合計し
linked
ただ
magic
けなんだ
crop
けど
residing within them. So that
あなた
means
のお父さんは
means your dad is safe and the shadows have no interest in him.
彼には
But
興味を持たな
he
かっ
does
た
have some magic in his blood, but it's
彼は
not really enough
魔法の血
to
を受け継
realize
いではいるけど
any abilities. Huh, that's pretty convenient. Sayaka stretches and lets out a tiny yawn. It must have been exhausting for her to focus on one subject for so long. But I think things are finally starting to make sense. So are you following so far? Yeah, I think. Basically, my blood is the key to unlocking something terrible.
よくできま
Pretty
した
much. But then, if it's connected to my blood, why are we running out of time?
封印はあなたの血
The
がなけ
seal
れば
will
解かれ
thankfully
ない
never
け
break
れど
unless
彼女
your
は
blood
封
is
印されて
spilled.
からとても
But
長い
it's
時
been
間
a
が
long
経ってしまってい
time
る
since she's been in
つま
prison,
り
meaning
封印
that
は
the
日
seal
に
is
日に弱く
weakening
なって
and
し
is
まっているの
effective with each
そ
passing
して
by.
少しずつ彼女の
And
影
ever
響が
so
世界
slowly
に
her
忍び寄ってい
influence
る
has been creeping into the world.
ケンタ
Kenta, your headaches. I see. So she's almost calling out to me in a sense.
化け物たちが出て
That's
きた
why the
のもそ
monsters
の
have
せい
been
ユ
as
ズキが
organized
現れた
as they have. And why that girl Yuzuki,
彼女はあの子に魔法の
she
力を注ぎ
instilled
込み
whatever power
彼
she
女
could
自身
muster
が解
into
放
that
され
girl,
るまで操
and
り
she's
人形
using
として働かせるわ
her as a puppet until she's finally free herself.
ユズキを従わせる
I'm
ため
not
に
sure
何をしているかは
what
わからない
lies she must have fed to
ユ
that
ズキは
girl in
女王
order
の
to
思
get her
い通り
to
に動
obey,
いていた
but she's infected her
こ
mind.
の分だと
And given the current rate
力をつけて
of her,
封印を
that
解
her
いてしまうわ
villainess has been seeping from prison, tomorrow will be when she achieves even more influence on the world.
化け物たちは
The
もっと
monsters
凶暴
will
に
become
な
more
りユズキ
rampant
も
than
もっと
before.
強くなる
Yuzuki will become more powerful too.
つまり
Basically, our job
私
will
たちの
become
仕
even
事
more
はもっと
difficult
大
than it
変にな
already
る
is.
けど
That's bad,
と
huh?
ってもね
Very.
それから
Which brings us to our next order of business.
私たちが最初に
When we were first assigned to watch Auri, all we had to do was take care of a stray shadow or two if they suddenly
彼らが
decided to act on
の
instinct.
ままにこうそのくらいなら簡単だ
And
ったんだ
that
よ
was
ね
easy enough.
あなた
You
は
had no idea of things that even existed, and we were able to keep
遠く
hidden
から
and
向か
watch
ってればよ
every
かったし
watch from afar.
でも
But then things started to
あ
go
なたが
wrong
シャドウを見
when
て
you
しま
saw
う
that shadow. It really took
悪
both
くなるばかりで
Hikari and I by surprise.
描き厳重な私たち
It
の
was
足
like
を
it
かい
was
く
on
ぐ
a
る
mission
なんて
and completely surpassed our super villain's wash.
思い当たること
As I
は
recall,
あ
wasn't
なた
that
が
the
サンド
day
イッ
you
チを食べ
insisted
るって
on
言い張ら
getting
なければって
a
ことで
sandwich?
違うもん
Nope.
注意して見て
We
た
were
んだ
ever
な
vigilant. I guess I was even luckier than I thought that they had managed to say back then.
とにかく
So anyway, once we were forced to show ourselves to you, it was clear that
よくない
something
って分
wasn't
か
right
ってたけど
at all.
ゆずきにも襲われたし
And that was only even more obvious when Yuzuki assaulted
見た
us.
こともないような
Wielding
力
that
だ
power
ったし
unlike anything we'd seen before.
空いた時間はなるべく
We've
そ
been
の調
looking
査をしてい
into
たんだけど
when we
あなた
have
に
the
張り
free
付いて
time,
から時間が
which
取
is
れない
rarely ever when tasked with having to watch after you. Well, excuse me for
封
existing.
印が弱まってることが
And it
分かった
quickly became apparent that things
こ
were
のままじ
going
ゃ解決でき
to
ない
solve
ことが
themselves
分かっ
once
た
we
の
learned that the seal in place has slowly been weakening.
彼女の封印を補強しな
We
きゃい
need
けな
to
くて
reinforce her prison,
強くさえすれば
strengthening it so that her influence can't affect the outside world anymore.
それが簡単なことだったら
Only if it were that
見
easy.
合わせることもなかった
We
し
could have done it ourselves without bothering you. She pulls a complicated expression. I don't think I'm willing to language she has to say that. Kenta, we need your help. Me? How the heck am I supposed to help? You guys are the only ones with all the fancy
あな
powers.
たに頼るこ
It's
とが
not
最善
exactly
策じゃないこと
ideal
は分か
that
っ
we
て
have to rely on you. I
だけ
know,
ど他に選
but
択の
we
余
have
地
no
はない
choice.
他の
And
手
we're out
段
of
を
time
探
to
す時間
search
も
for
ない
alternative means.
あなたに流れている血で封印されてい
Basically,
る
since Seal was created by someone in your bloodline and linked directly to
そ
them,
の
it
力
can
を
only be
強くする
strengthened
こ
by
とが
someone
でき
bearing
るの
the same blood.
技術的には
I mean, technically, we could
一
break
度
the
封印
seal,
を解いてから
lift
新し
there
い
and
封
trap
印
her
し
in
直
a
す
new
って感じ
one,
かな
but I don't think we'd last long enough to do that. In other words, I'm really the only solution here. I'm not sure how to take this. I don't know the first thing about this magic business though. Am I even capable of doing such a thing? Sayaka takes a moment to ponder things, a finger held to her chin as she runs eyes run over me.
光が
Do you remember the night when Hikari was having fun with that tentacle shadow?
遊んでないったら
I was not having fun. I guess so. But what does that have to do with anything?
光の剣を
You used
使ったよ
Hikari's
ね
sword, didn't you? Yeah. But I
あ
don't.
んなに大きな剣
Kenta,
な
you
の
must
に
have
と
noticed
っても
yourself
軽いと
how
思わ
light
なか
that
った
sword was, despite its size, right? Hold on, I'm getting messages, guys. Okay.
あの剣はね、
It's a blade fused with magic that connects with its wielder to deal
使い
swift
手と
and
つなが
powerful
る魔法
blows
が
with
施
ease.
されているが、実際には魔法を
So
制御で
infused,
き
in
ない
fact,
こと
that
が
if
必要
someone
と
not
されている
capable of controlling that amount of magic were to attempt to wield it,
ってな
they'd go
感じ
boom.
魔法の力
The
が
magic would be too much for them to handle. Boom.
まあ
Well, maybe not explode,
かもだけど
but at the very least, it'd bring about a messy end.
ならないかな。あの剣を使って
And given that you're still standing after swinging that thing around, it's safe to say
潜在能
you
力があ
have
る
the
と言っていいと
potential
思う。
in you. Yikes. I can't believe there was a possibility of exploding from picking up your sword. What I did back then was even more reckless than I
こ
realized.
の剣が使えたの
So if you can handle that sword, I think a little sewing magic should be no
で
project.
もそのためには
But
封
then
印
it
さ
also
れている
means
場所まで行かなきゃ
that
い
we
け
have
な
to
いって
go
こと
where
よ。
she's sealed,
彼女が
taking
探して
along
い
the
る
one
ものを
thing
持
she's
っ
been
て
seeking for all these years.
無謀すぎるわ。
It'll be
一
reckless.
つでも間違え
And
れば
one mistake
世
would
界
mean
が危険
we
に
could
さら
put
され
the
るのよ。
world in danger. No pressure then, huh? I try my best to keep things lighthearted and focus out an awkward laugh, but it's difficult after hearing all of this. To think that somehow I'm both the key to unblocking this woman from her prison and the only thing that can put her away for good.
明日が最後の
Tomorrow is our last chance to stop this before it spirals out of control.
学校を
I
休んで
think
くれるわ
you're
よ。
going to have to skip a day of school, Kenta. I wonder if out saving the world is a valid excuse to miss a day of school.
あなたが私たち
That
を
is-
助けてくれるならね。
If you choose to help us. I'll understand if you don't feel up to it. Maybe we can find another way. But there isn't another way, is there? That's the whole reason you're telling me all this. I let us that and gave my guardians a look over. They've done so much for me in the past week, and even more than I realized behind the scenes. If anything, I owe them this. I swallowed hard. I can feel my hands begin to tremble. I might die if I go with them, but then if we leave, things will only get worse. So I guess I have no choice here, do I? I'll help with the stealing business if you think I can manage it.
やってくれるの？
You will? Sakura looks enthusiastic as she claps her hands together. Was she not expecting me now? Hikari looks equally surprised. Jeez, a little faith goes a long way, guys. It's the least I can do after you guys have been risking your lives for me every day. If I finally have a way to help, then I'm not going to waste that chance. Kenta,
最高に
you
かっ
know,
こいいよ。
you almost sounded
タ
cool
コ
there.
ラも作らなく
Almost.
っちゃ。
I think you need to work on your heroic dialogue.
それは後だね。
But that'll have to come later.
闇の女王を
We have
するには
Lots to cover if we're going to steal away this dark queen, so pay attention. And when I thought the night couldn't get any longer, yet another lecture begins. I'm sure it wasn't easy for the parent to teach someone like me the basics of magic, someone who only just barely was aware of its existence at all. I'm not even sure if I've got the steps down, but after hours of practicing, they assured me I've got it down. I wouldn't be able to tell for sure until the real thing. That's what scares me. What if they misjudge what I'm really capable of? Or I mess up? Or there's a whole range of possibility of things messing up on the day. Those are the thoughts that stay with me long after girls return to their tent to catch whatever else they can before the morning. The last thoughts I have before I finally drift off to sleep is the toughest day of my life is now lying ahead of me. I slowly come to my senses. Morning has arrived. There's no time to waste. I slip out my covers and still myself for what's to come, feeling more awake than I ever have in previous mornings. Which is surprising, seeing as I probably got at best a few hours of sleep. I guess the fear of what's to come if I mess up this is what's keeping me going. A better motivation than any other. Okay, let's do this. I peer at a pair of determined eyes that stare at me from the mirror. No, this is the most focused I've ever been in my life. It's funny how much has changed in the past few days, and it's even more weird how I've seemed to accept it, as if deep down I knew all of this to begin with. I slip on my casual clothes and make for the dining room. I find the two girls wait for me as expected, though I'm caught a little horror by the fact that they're in their battle outfits. Good morning. Did you sleep well? All about as well I could, not knowing what's to come.
出る前に何か食べま
Make
しょう
sure to eat
体
well
力
before
を
we
つけないと
leave.
いけない
We're
わ
going to need the strength. Right, right. Of course. I'll start for the kitchen and prepare the most simple food I can think of. So, I think I forgot to ask last night when we got carried away with other stuff. But what exactly is this? Where exactly is this dark queen prison?
言
Huh?
わなかったっけ
Didn't we say?
街の端
She's still just outside of this town. What? I almost dropped the plate I'm holding. She's that close by?
もちろんよ
Of course.
だから彼女の
What?
影響が簡単
Why
に出て
else
く
do
る
you
んで
think
しょ
her influence is spreading around here so easily? I didn't really think about any of that. That's a good point. But to think she's been so close the whole time? No wonder things have been getting progressively more crazy around here. She must be furious to have the key to her freedom just out of grasp like this.
この周辺にいる
To be
ってこと
fair,
は
while we
分かって
knew
た
she
けど
was at least in the air, we didn't pinpoint her location until last night. Apparently she's in a forest on the outskirts of town, holed up in some cave out of sight.
この辺りには
There's a lot of history around this place, I suppose. Maybe the forest used to be part of something greater. Her old base of operations, perhaps?
そんなことどうでもいい
None of that
わ
matters.
そこ
We
に
just gotta get in there,
封印を強化
strengthen
す
it
る
still, and then our lives should be much easier. And are things really going to just magically fix themselves when we do all this? Well,
彼女
it'll
の
shut
力が
off
外
whatever
に
power
影響
she
する
has
こ
on
と
the
はなく
land.
なるわね
Meaning the monsters
化け
will
物
go
の
back
凶暴さ
to
を
being
失
mindless
う
husks
し収まり
and
は
things
するわね
should quiet down around
全
here.
て終われば誰
And
も
then
が
we
家
can
に
finally
帰れ
go
る
home after all
ま
this
た
is
学校
sorted.
に行かなきゃならないなんて
I'm
お
going
かしくなりそう
to
だけど
snap if we have to spend one more day at that school.
あ
Ah, don't act like you're so desperate to leave. I know for a fact that you had fun spending time with Kenta.
何おかしなこと言ってるの
I'm only doing
私
my
は自
job.
分の仕
You can't fool me. Not when your face is such an adorable shade of red.
事もう行く
Are
わ
we
よ
going to leave now or what? Shaki giggles and jabs at her partner's ribs. I suppose it's good they can say in such high spirits, despite the task that lays before us. We set out. I let the girls lead the way as we take the lesser traveled routes through town so as not to draw attention to their outfits. They offered to fly me there as it would be much faster, but nah, no. Walking is fine. I'm sure things aren't that urgent. Before long, our surrounding becomes less urgent, the buildings shrinking in number, and the longer we travel, we finally come cross over a fence that leads to the wilderness. Branches overhead shade us from the sun as we walk across the rank trail laid out across the ground. Only the faintest hints of light that flicker through illuminate the way. I'm beginning to wonder if the girls even know the way as we pass by a tree I swear I've seen at least 2 times before. Maybe we should have brought a map. Well, that just confirms it. We're hopelessly lost. Any tension that might have existed before is sucked away at the moment as Sayaka begins to scratch her head and glance around the page.
本当なの
Really?
あんなに道順を確認したじゃない
We're
忘
clearly
れた
told
の
the directions before. How can you forget them like that? Okay, you lead the way then.
だって知らないの
Fine. I forgot to.
あ
See,
なただって完璧じゃない
nobody
じゃ
is
ない
perfect, even if you like to think you are
完
sometimes.
璧だなんて思っ
I
たこ
don't
とない
think
わ
I'm
よ
perfect. Compared to you, though. You guys, is this really the
で
time?
もさやかな
But she, fine.
いいわ
You're right.
集中しましょう。
Let's focus, Sayaka. And here, I thought the silly part of this operation would be the most difficult part.
そん
Sheesh.
なに広く
Okay,
ない
the forest isn't that big.
歩いてれば
I think.
洞窟くらい見
If we
つかる
stumble
んだよ
around here some more, we're bound to find the cave. Has this stumbling around randomly made us go around in circles? Fear the sun might set before we even find this darn cave now. I know it won't help, but I joined the pair in surveying the land. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking out for apart from a cave.
何か見つけた？
Some sort. I squint about at something in the distance. A cluster of boulders that caught my attention. My eyes were particularly drawn there as some kind of magnetic force was at work. I've been here before. Yet somehow, I've never been here before, yet somehow it seems familiar. Can we check over there?
オッケーオッケー。
Sure.
他に
We don't have any bread to lose right now anyway. We trek over to the oddly suspicious rock formation. I wonder, could this really be it? What makes you want to look over here? Sidekin spoke at the boulders. A hand here can. Circle around the cluster reveals nothing out of the ordinary, but there has to be more. I don't know. It just felt like something was here.
こんなのただの岩よ。
It's just a bunch of
時間を
stupid
無駄に
rocks.
してるわ。
We're wasting
あ
time.
んたが読んだの。
Ah!
もう
We
ちょっ
should
と
at least
調べるべきだ
investigate
って
them a bit more if Kenta
彼
says
も闇の
there's
情報
something
と
up.
繋がってるし
He's connected to the Dark
そういう
Lane,
何か
remember?
を感じてるかもし
He's
れない。
bound to know at least a few things related to her, even if it's only subconscious level. She says that as she raps gently at one of the rocks with her knuckle, one eye closed to better examine it. Oh, this one seems kinda
あ、ちょっ
loose.
と
Sayaka takes a grip of the rock in question and begins to pull it at it with all her might, her teeth gritting in determination. Yeah! Someone help! Some help would be much appreciated. Alright, yeah. I should probably help. It was almost amusing to see her feet wildly kicking in place with the rock refusing to budge. I take up to the side of the rock and begin to push against it with what little strength I might possess. We still don't manage to move the rock. It doesn't budge at all, even with all our combined effort. And I really am trying here. It certainly does feel loose though. Apparently not loose enough. I think we can move it for sure if one last person were to. Oh, for crying out loud. We're going to get nowhere like this. Step back. Her sword appears in a flash. Hey, wait, are we still right beside it? Isn't it dangerous to just... She strikes out without any further warning and unleashes a single piece slash that splits the rock clean in two. Whoa. We both fell backwards. Two pieces of the rock collapsed opposite ways. I feel like my hair might just be a little shorter than it was too after how close that was. Hikari,
問題は解決したわ。
problem solved. That's... She fell silent, unable to argue there. It did move the rock after all. We both hopped to our feet to join Hikari and peering over the results of her distraction as the dust begins to settle. I almost forget how to breathe in the excitement of it all. Could this really be it? We all gasped at once. I knew it. I'm not sure how, but somehow I knew it. Behind the rock is a tunnel that trails downwards deep into the darkness. There's no telling how far it might stretch or if there's anything on the other end. But if someone went to such lengths to hide the tunnel from existence, then it has to lead somewhere, right? This is really it.
そうみたい。
Sure feels
そ
like
れ
it.
見て悪意に満ちてるみ
You
たい。
practically see all the darkness and evil flooding out of it. That's not really something you should be saying so happily. She is right though. There is a foreboding sense of despair as I peer too deep into the hole. A heavy tension in the air, as if the sheer presence of whatever lurks down there seems to consume us all. once we go down there, this will be it. We finally put an end to this madness, and I might finally be able to get some peace after all this. I'm gonna save real quick, cause what if I have choices or something pop up? Return. Okay. Do I really have the strength to go through with this? To reseal a long forgotten evil that tormented? Well,
時間がないし
time's a waste.
行きましょう
In we go. Hey, wait. Sakura apparently doesn't have the decency to wait for me to battle my own internal struggles and cuts things short as she plumps down into her knees and begins to shuffle into the hole. Its size just about too big for us to fit as we
そう
crawl.
ね
She's
時
right.
間を無駄には
We
できな
can't
い
just waste any more time.
ケンタ
Come on,
行くわ
Kenta.
よ
Hikari follows after Sakura, looking somewhat more hesitant towards the whole thing compared to her partner. They disappear into the darkness completely, as if consumed by the tunnel. It's scary how little light seems to shine on there.
ぼさっとしてないで
Quit
ついて
goofing
き
off
なさい
around out there. You're going to get left behind. Hikari's harsh sound out of the tunnel, making it all the more frightening. Okay, I'm coming. It's not like the world is going to end just because I take an extra minute or two preparing for diving into the heart of evil. At least I hope it isn't. I drop to my knees and shuffle into the tunnel. My world quickly becoming dark as all traces of light begin to fade. I can just about make out the suffering sounds of the other two crawling along ahead of me. Their presence, the only thing keeping me calm during all of this. My surroundings are dark, cold, slimy to the touch. So far, it hasn't been a very pleasant experience. You know, something up. It wasn't what I had in mind when I pictured myself being a hero, crawling around in a cramped, dark tunnel. Somehow, I thought things were going to be more dramatic. Sakura laughs a giggle as she soldiers on ahead. I'm sure we'll have plenty of dramatic moments ahead. We just gotta get through the less dramatic moments. And hey, this isn't so bad. At the very least, we're not having to fight through storms of shadows to reach her. It's not the most glamorous way of going about things, but at least we get to save some strength for when it counts. She brings up a good point. However, but what if there are monsters inside this tunnel? We can't really see much if we're practically blind.
やめてよ
Don't say that.
考えないようにしてるんだ
I
から
hadn't even thought of such a thing. Oh wow, you're right.
私たちってば
We'd be completely defenseless.
さやか
Sayaka?
完全に
No, they would completely massacre us.
私は弓を
Since
使
I
えない
can't
し
use my bow here, and Hayaka certainly wouldn't be able to use her sword.
どんなシャドウ
I
なの
wonder what kind of shadows would be able to fit through this tunnel. Oh, maybe something with tentacles.
光を大
I
好き
know they love you, Hikari. Shut up. You're just being mean now. Maybe I should have kept my thoughts to myself. Sayaka is having way too much fun with
それ
it.
か
Or maybe how about... Ah! Something touched me. Hikari snickered, almost bursting my eardrums with applause.
ケンタ
Is it you, Kenta?
あなたまた
I should have I knew I should have went in last. Me? Of course not. I'm way back over here. What sort of guy do you think I
こ
am?
ういうことにし
You
たい
really
の
want
に
me to
ね
answer that with what you've
今までも
done
色
these
々
past
してき
few
たもの
days? Those were
これ
accidents.
も事故だと
Well,
言いたいの
maybe
ね
there was
身
another
動きが
one
取
in
れ
your
ない女の子を掴んだり
accidents,
して
huh? Grabbing at a girl is completely helpless. Go on, I'm nowhere near you. Maybe it's just your imagination. I can just about hear Sakura stiff at guilt as we continue to argue.
いいわ
Fine.
けどあなたじゃなければ誰だっていうの
It couldn't have
さ
been
やかじゃないわ
Sakura
よ
since she's
私
ahead of me.
と
Maybe it was a big slimy killer unicorn coming to say hello. She says it in almost sing-song manner. Oh yeah, I see what's happening now. I hope Hikari will realize it soon too.
そん
It
なわ
couldn't
けないじゃん
possibly. There it is again. Okay, seriously, what is The bizarre series of events continues for longer than I feel is necessary until finally I feel I have to speak up or we might be stuck in this tunnel all day. Okay, come on Saika, that's enough. You've had your fun. We need to focus, okay? What? Saika? But she couldn't possibly. Comparing my schedule, Saika lets out another one of her devious laughs. Okay. I couldn't resist. She's too easy to mess with. Saika takes in a deep breath. Uh-oh. I'm going to kill you, Saika.
捕まえられればね。
You have to catch me first. I heard the pair of them shuffle on ahead and accelerate pace. Saika's manhandle laughter trailing to the distance. I suppose it's good they can keep in sunshine spirits despite the task that lies ahead of us. You said that before, man. I really don't appreciate them leaving me behind like this, however. I continuing at my own pace, sure that I'll catch up to them eventually, but I feel something slyly lap at my hand, forcing me to break into some sort of bizarre sprint crawl. I don't know if there really are things lurking around this tunnel, but I certainly don't want to stick around to find out. Eventually I managed to catch up to them, the pair seeming to have calmed down somewhat. I'm not sure just how we've been trekking through this tunnel now, but it feels like an eternity. There wasn't even a guarantee that this would lead us to where we wanted to go, and we went with blind faith, going off my instinct alone. So if this turns out to be a massive waste of time, it's going to have been my fault. And so far, we haven't found anything to suggest we're on the right path. I feel despair begin to set in. What if we end up running into a dead end? Or we get stuck somehow? What if... Oh hey, I think I see something up ahead. About time. Saika's cheerful voice snaps me out of the dark, unnecessary thoughts. I guess I really should have trusted my own instincts a little more sometimes. True to her word, I can begin to see light seep into the tunnel as we inch ever closer to our goal. Just a little more and... I drag myself out into a much larger opening. Saika and Hikari already on their feet as they take the time to stretch. Woo, that was quite a journey. How's everybody holding up? I'm fine. It would have been better if someone hadn't been messing around down there. I was trying to keep the mood light. Bop. Wrong answer. Hikari wraps her part on the head. Idiot. Baka. Finally, up off the ground, I survey my surroundings. It looks like we've found our way into some kind of large chamber, and almost instantly my eyes are drawn to it. Right in the center of the cave, glimmering in an unnatural light, a crystal. This is... I don't even need to be told what it is. I already know. It's her. The one behind all this madness. The supposed Dark Queen. Even just looking at the crystal is enough to make my head spin and threaten to tear it open. I feel like I'm going to be sick. My mind is set aflame with a raging cry. Her cry. Cry of sheer burning hatred. There are no words to pick up on. Just an incoherent garble of screaming and curses. This is it. We've finally reached her. I can stop this and once and for all. After this is over, I can go back to living a my carefree life. She's the last obstacle. I can do this. I murmur to myself and tighten my fist in an effort to still the trembling. It's funny how crazy things have turned out the past few days. To think those headaches would have led to all this. All those weird dreams. I have never dedicated myself to anything before. I've never been one to put anything more than the minimal amount of effort required in my life. Yet I am here risking my life and possibly the entire world for something I'm not even entirely sure I can pull off. I don't know what's gotten into me recently. These girls really are a bad influence on me. make me do such crazy things. I heave in an unsteady breath. I can just about keep myself standing in the face of this pure evil. It's okay. I can do this. I just need to keep telling myself that. I can do this. I can do this. Crap. The doubts have begun to set in. How can I do this? I'm not a mage. I don't know any magic. I'm not even sure if I remember what they told me correctly. Someone sets their hand on my shoulder, rousing me of my thoughts. Kenta. Sayaka. Her face is brimming with the usual optimism I've come to expect from her, even in the face of
平
evil.
気平気
Don't worry.
私たちなら
We
でき
can
る
do
んだ
this. Together. The second hand lands on my free shoulder, more awkwardly than the previous.
そうよ
Yeah,
さやか
what
に
she said. It's Hikari, of course. Even behind the tinge of red that paints her face, I can see her limitless determination shine through.
恐れること
You've
は
got
何もない
nothing to fear with us at your side. Yeah. I nod their words calming me. You're right. We've come this far. It's just a little bit more and it's all over. Thanks guys. For everything. I wouldn't even be standing here today if it weren't for you two. I owe you both big time. Well, I think we can discuss an appropriate reward once this is all over. A reward? Hikari falls silent at the prospect. Suspiciously so. Gosh, Hikari, what sort of reward did you have in mind?
考えてるのかな
Your face is going all sorts of interesting colors.
なんでもないなん
Nothing.
でもないって
Absolutely nothing.
ケンタ手伝ってくれ
Kenta's
てありがとう
thanks are all we need.
私たちも自分の仕
We're
事を
just
する
doing
だけ
our
だから
job after all.
うん
Smooth. She jabs at Hikari's side with a teasing look. It's probably better I don't ask. Right
やろっ
then.
か
Let's get to it. Got it. I think I remember everything from this for this
大丈夫
recently. You'll be
も
fine.
し失敗しても
But in the off chance
私たち
you
がフォ
goof
ローす
things
るから
up, we'll help you through it, okay? That makes me feel a bit better. But I have to make sure I get it right on the first try. I can't be a burden. Not now. We make our way to the center of the cave where most nightmares lie. The cave seems empty. I think it's too good to be true, however. There's no way it could be this easy. Step after step we edge closer. Saika and Hikari keep to my side, weapons at ready. Who knows what could be lurking behind the rocks in this place. We've pretty much stumbled right into their lair. I'm surprised these shadow things aren't completely swarming us.
あなたたちが
Ha!
思っ
You
てい
really
た
are
以
more
上に
stupid
お
than
ま
I
ぬ
thought. A familiar voice floats in. Of course. Why wouldn't she be here? Yuzuki. In a flurry of feathers, black as the night, she appears beside me. She appears beside the crystal, beside her mistress. She clutches her side in an overwhelmingly hostile stance and gives us a violent scowl. It seems even she realizes the severity of this
そ
situation.
れほど追い詰められている中で
So to willingly offer yourself up after spending all those nights hunting you down. You really do have a death wish, but that's
痛み
fine.
を感じるまま
I'll give you a quick and
そ
painless
れはあ
hint.
なたでしょ
You're all
あな
talk.
ただって恐ろ
Don't
しいは
think
ず
I
だ
can't
わ
see how scared you are.
ここがあなたの
You
終わり
know, this is the end of the line for
あな
you.
たにどんなメリットがあるのか知らないけど
What you
Also,
sought to
what
gain
do you-
from all this, whatever mad fantasies you might have had in your mind are coming to an end. Now, Yuzuki grits her teeth, a bead of sweat creeping across her brow. So she really is
黙
scared.
れ
Shut
何が
up.
わかるの
You don't know anything. I need this. Yuzuki, things don't have to end this way. I know you won't believe me, but I really do understand what you're going through. The pain you feel. Maybe we can...
うるさい
I said shut up. The entire cabin quakers under your range. Debris rains down from above. This is getting
お前
dangerous.
の助けもどう
I
ぞ
don't need your help or your
自分
sympathy.
で解決するから
I'm fixing things on my own. Everything will be fine once I crack. You open like fire hydrant and let your blood work its magic. My face grows pale as A maddening laugh escaped her lips. How could she say something so twisted? I really did try, but maybe her sanity is too far gone. I can't give up so easily. One more try. Maybe I'll get through to her. I know you're not a bad person, Yuzuki. Just lonely, right?
寂しくなんかない。
I'm not lonely. At least, I'll never be lonely again once this is over.
ケン
Kenta,
タ彼女を助け
I
たい
understand
気
you
持ちは
want to
わか
help
るけ
her,
ど
but, well,
彼女を見て
just look at her. Saika seems looks solemnly towards the Dark Angel. She's right. I gave Yuzuki a party lick for the first time since we arrived here. Her face is crooked, her expression unhinged. Every once in a while her head gets off a twitch as she clenches the knife tightly. She seems even worse than she did before. Maybe the darkness is fully eating away at her. Does the old Yuzuki even exist? I have to admit, we can't save her. I let out a heavy sigh. Okay. You guys do what you have to do. Saika and Hikari nod. They understand that this is going to be a fight with consequences. There's no running away. Each side has too much at
あ
stake
なた
now.
たちは私を見くびって
I feel like perhaps you're
前回は逃げ
underestimating
帰って
me.
しまったから。
It's true I had to shamefully turn tail in our last encounter, but Suki grunts, and a darker orb begins to settle around in her. This is
ここは
new.
私のテリトリー。
We're fighting
彼
on
女
my
と
own
直接
turf.
繋がることがある。
I have a direct connection to her here. I can
私の中
I
に
can
彼
feel
女を
her
感じ
within me.
私は負けな
I
い。
can't lose
彼
now.
女がいる限りね。
Not with her on my side. She lets out another crazy laugh as the cavern gives a violent rumble. I don't think this is all talk. Saika and Hikari might really have their work cut
さ
out.
あ
Now then, die. Yuzuki closes this and sways us in the blink of an eye and heaves her sights up high. I can't tell if she's aiming for me successfully or hoping to catch us all in a single crushing blow.
危ない
Whoa, look out! Saika tugs at my arm and pulls me away, with Hikari jumping to the opposite side. The ground where I was standing just a moment ago is shattered, only a crater and the slowly dark magic remaining in the wake of her sight. Unreal. If Saika hadn't reacted in time, I shudder to think. Yuzuki sets her sights on me again, lifting the deadly sight up for another attack. I wonder if the other girls are even registering their credit eyes right now. I must be the top priority. If she gets me, she wins. She attempts to kick off the ground, but Hikari bursts from the side and catches her off guard, locking blades with her.
そうはさせないわ
No, no, you
彼
don't.
が欲しいなら
If
私
you
を
want
倒し
it,
て
you
から
have to
にし
get
なさい
through me first. That can't be. That can be arranged. The pair grit teeth as they push against one another, the magic practically cracking around them in a fierce storm. Suzuki must be stronger than ever right now, yet Hikari seems to be able to stand her ground, her feet sinking slightly into the ground as the pressure pushes against her. She must be pushing well past her limits to even be able to stand a chance against this monster. I can already see the strain it must be put on her body as sweat takes over her face. Go! I can hold her.
終わらせて
You guys, end this. She hisses through the gritted teeth, her feet beginning to slip.
光
Hikari,
だよそんな
can't possibly.
やって
I said go. Her voice moves and the magic around her violently cracks. I've never seen her like
ただ
this
見
before.
てるだけのつも
Or
り
do you want all this to be for nothing? I can keep her at bay for a little while longer. No problem. That's. I give her a worried look, but Saika tugs on my arm once more and urges me towards the crystal. Come on. She's right.
彼女は強
She's
い
tougher than she lets on, and I'm sure she'll be fine. Even Saika doesn't sound sure about herself. I just have to trust in Hikari and end this before she slips up. I nod and we hurry even closer to the center of all the chaos. I can still hear the class of magic behind me, along with pain cries. I can't look back though. She'll be fine. We're almost there. Just a few more steps closer and... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Sakura presses her bow and shoots a sharp look towards the rocks, scattered around in this. Huh? What do you mean? Harsh gruntle growls fill the air, and several of those demonic, almost dog-looking shadows I've encountered before make their presence known. And several more. They circle us and block off the crystal completely. Great. Okay, this is not a problem. We end up back to back as we face off against the ever-enclosing circle of shadows. The fangs are bared and there's nothing but hate for us in their burning eyes of theirs. I should have known things weren't going to be this easy. Of course, she wasn't going to just rely on the sticky to defend her. Any ideas? I was going to ask you that. I think we know we're done for. We have to rely on me for ideas. Please tell me you're joking. The monsters come close in. They're acting like an intelligent pack of sorts, ensuring there's no escape for their prey. No, I've got it. Why didn't I think of it sooner? The gleaming light as Psycho's bow fades out of view, and I feel something begin to form on her back. Ah, the wings, of course. We can just fly out of this. As much as I hate flying, I'm willing to make an exception this one time. Hold on tight, Kenta. I saw a grip of both Sayaka's hands as she kicks off the ground right as the shadows around us decide to make their move. It's a close call. I just about feel the snarling heat from one of the savage beast growls as we lift into what little vertical space we have in this cave. That was easy enough. Next up, the Dark Queen. We sail through the air, our goal in sight. Okay, I think I actually will make it this time. Ah! Sayaka lets the pink grass. Momentum grinds to a halt. Her grip loosens considerably on one of my hands. Sayaka, this is not good. One of them must have nicked me on the side before we could get away. She forces out an awkward laugh as we begin to wobble in the air. Her grip on my other hand also slipping. I'm not sure how much longer I will be able to keep us up here. I throw a glance down to see the snapping pack of savage monsters almost right at our heels. Things are looking bleak. Sayaka debates something as we sink even lower to our demise. No, we're so close. Well, I trust you will to set everything right, Kenta. I won't be there to help you, like I said I would, but I believe in you. Her voice is pained, weak. That little nick must have hurt more than she's letting on. Sayaka, what are you saying? You can do it. I know you can. What? The burst of energy detonates at my back. Almost like a gust of wind, it splits me from Sayaka's hold and sends me hurtling towards the crystal where she lies. Sayaka must have known she wouldn't be able to carry me here, so she boosted me across with magic. But then, what happened to her? Ugh! I land with a gentle thud at the foot of the crystal. It seems her magic was even set to cushion my fall. Sayaka. I throw a glance over my shoulder. She isn't in the air anymore. And right below her was... No! I refuse to believe it. She'll be fine. I just need to end this. Now. I turn back to face the crystal with more determination than ever. They're both out there risking their lives for me. I can't let them down. I stare down the crystal and try my best to ignore a headache that thumps like a jackhammer. Naturally, it's the most intense I've ever been, but I can't let the pain get to me. This is nothing. I can just about make out a human-like form embedded within the crystal, so I can't make out any discerning features. You. This is all your fault. Because of you, Sayaka and Hikari are hurt. This is unforgivable. I hold my right hand and pull back my sleeve. Drawn on the backs of my hand is supposedly a mystic symbol, something that Sayaka and Hikari have scribed on the night previous. They said it should help in drawing out any power that might like diamond to me if I am inexperienced enough to not be in full control of it myself. So it's sort of like a synthon that could bring up magic with ease. I give the hand a flex and the symbol glows. Okay, so far so good. Now I have to I steady my nerves. I'm not sure what's going to happen when I do this, but I have to be prepared. I can't stay around and hesitate forever though. Not with everything going on around me. Sayaka, Hikari, I can do this. I thrust my hand out and make contact with the crystal. This immediate response as the violent current jolts through me. It's fine though. It was to be expected. No problem. It hurts, but I've felt worse. Is this the best you've got? I press my hand deeper into the crystal surface. The pain gradually grows stronger, and a terrified shriek floods my ears. It's not from any of the girls in the cabin, it's from her. She knows what's about to happen. Well, she can crawl if she wants, but it's not going to change a damn thing. Amidst the chaos, I need to clear my mind, filter out all the noise. An near impossible task with the current state of things, but I have to try. And from what I was told, magic is controlled mostly through thought. Spells need to be envisioned, created within the mind. Apparently those with vivid imaginations are often the kind to excel with this sort of thing. I'm not sure if I ever been much of a creative type. There's a first for everything. I need to envision a prison. A closed off space. Something unbreakable, closed off from the outside world. Something so secure that this will never happen again. And then I bind that prison, just like my ancestor did before, with my own soul. I have to tie myself to all of this and remain the only key capable of unlocking it. I'm not sure if it's working, but the pain is rising with each passing moment I spend connected to this thing. I feel faint. I might pass out at any moment, but I have to stand strong. I grit my teeth and let out a pain groan. Why isn't this working? I'm not imagining the spell correctly. I was sure I had it down perfectly. I continue to repeat the process, my strength sapping repeatedly as I struggle to keep upright. It's no use. This is complete futile. No matter how hard I try, nothing seems to change. Maybe I lack the magical capability just as I feared. Ah, damn it. In a fit of rage, I clench my hand free into a fist and give that cursed crystal a good punch. It responds in turn and lets out one final jolt of magic through my body before the pain dies down. As does the screaming. The resealing has been completed. You're kidding me. All I had to do was punch the damn thing? Wait, I remember now. From what I was taught that night, while most magic could be done with just dormant hand, in some cases, like a sealing, the other hand was required to complete the circuit and let the magic properly flow. How on earth did I forget something as simple as such a crucial time? I'm such an idiot. I almost feel like laughing. In fact, having perhaps finally lost it after all things I've been subject to in the recent day, I don't feeble laugh as I topple over bastard, the strength draining from me completely. As the darkness takes over, I pass out at least safe in the knowledge that I did it. I actually won. So we sealed away the retarded evil chick again. Here I am, back in my dreams, and there's nothing here. She's gone. For good this time, I hope. Maybe now I can start to have more normal dreams, and start to live out a more normal life again. As I roam the vast void with nothing to fear this time, peace, at least. I slowly come to my senses. I'm on a cold, rough, uneven surface. Stones scatter as I try to move my legs. Where am I? I squint through a harsh light and try to make sense of things. It's a bit late to be sleeping in, don't you think? A cheerful voice chirping, rousing me to my senses. It could be none other than Sayaka. Sayaka! As I mutter her name, as it seems too good to be true. Yup, that's me. She's kneeling over me, offering a helping hand with the sweetest smile I've ever seen. Things were looking bleak back then, but I never should have doubted she wouldn't pull through. I'm so happy she's okay that I just about fight back there to cry. Sayaka, did I reseal the Dark Queen? You betcha. You did a perfect job. She beams as she takes a hold of my limp hand and gently props me into a sitting position. I was worried there for a moment, you know. I thought maybe the spell might have been too much for your body to handle. Wait, you were worried about me? I thought for sure those monsters were them? That was nothing. I took care of them, no problem. You just missed it. I couldn't even see you. I was plain dead. Sayaka. She scrubbed at the back of her head and gives me the same goofy grin. This girl. I really was worried about you. If anything happened to you, I didn't know what I would have. I didn't know you could get this sappy, Kenta. Are you going to need an umbrella for all the tears? It seems words aren't getting through to her, so... Kenta. Wrap my arms around her and pull her into a tight embrace. It isn't enough to be able to see her again. I want to make sure she was really there. I'm glad you're okay. She seems to be at a loss for words. Her arms hang limply by her sides. She's really making this awkward for me. What the heck? Come here, you big old softy. She brings her arms up and returns the hug, squeezing me in a similarly tight embrace. Maybe too tight. Let's hope Hikari doesn't find out about this, huh? Or she's got a flip. She sniffles as I sniffles the giggle as she nestles into my shoulder. Wait, that's the point. I pull back from the hug. Hikari, is she okay? She actually tilts her head, looking confused for a moment. Huh? She's fine. And Yuzuki? She mustered up a small smile which insults some amount of hope in me. Follow me. I do as instructed and follow her along almost hand in hand before we come to our center. Ta-da! See? One Hikari and one Yuzuki. Hikari is standing guard, her sword drawn as she keeps the sharp end pointed firmly at a very tethered Yuzuki. While unconscious, it doesn't look like Yuzuki is badly hurt. She's breathing steadily, and I don't see too much damage beyond the cosmetic stuff. There you two are. What on earth were you doing to take so long? Yup, she seems fine. This isn't a scratch on her, and she's as lively as ever. Well, we were... Sayaka hides nothing and grins sheepishly, rocking her heels as she does so. Hikari frowns her brow, the faintest traces of anger visible across her forehead. Yeah, my headset's dying, that sucks. I want to try to finish this though. I think she pieced it together. Never mind. Animals. Yuzuki brings to a stir from her slumber, forcing the attention on her as Sayaka and Hikari stand ready for the worst. She still got her horns. She winces and gives us all an intense look over. Slowly she comes to a realization of what happened. It's over, isn't it? I lost. Afraid so. She's gone completely now. My queen. I can't feel her at all. She seems a lot more subdued now. The madness is gone and it's in place. All I can see is a sad girl. One that was misguided. But I was so close. I could have... Ah, damn it. She thumbs a futile fist against the floor. There's no sense left that... So what? Are y'all here to gloat? Hey now, you should be thankful I spared your life back then. I could have easily sliced you into the moment that power left you.
そうしてくれればよかったの
Maybe
に
it would have been better if you did.
もう生
I
き
have
て
no
る理由
reason
も
to
な
be
い
alive now. I'm a failure. Don't say that. I can't stand beside anyone while she puts herself down like this. I pushed past the icon card to face her. Yuki meets me with some surprise in her eyes, but quickly turns to the same look of defeat she had a moment ago. Why not?
本当のことでしょ
It's the truth, isn't it?
私は一人でいたくなかった
I
か
was
ら
so desperate
彼女に
for
全てを
some
捧
kind
げ
of
ることにし
companionship
た
in my life that willingly gave my
彼
life
女
to
は
her.
私が聞き
She
たか
told
っ
me
たことを
everything I
話して
wanted
く
to
れた
hear, that everyone would worship and
もし
obey
私が
me if I
叶
helped her. What?
バカバカしい
That's
に
the
も程
biggest
が
load
あ
of
るわ
nonsense I
バカ
ever.
バカしいなんて分
It
かって
does
るわ
sound stupid, I know, to think that
私
all
は
I
ただ
did this in the vain hope it
友
would
達
get
が
me
欲しかった
friends.
何かに取りつかれて
I
るみたい
wasn't
で
thinking straight. I became so
自分がし
obsessed
てる
with
こ
it
とに
that I
疑
never
問さえ
thought
抱かない
to even once question anything. She sounds like me. I'm pretty much that way. I was desperate to get friends, and now that I have one, I'm a lot better. And I was really bad at one point. So she isn't a bad person, just misguided, and did the wrong things for an instant enough goal. I can't help but feel sorry for her, for things to have ended up this way. And now,
どうして生きる必要
hold
が
on, guys. Let me try this. I don't know if this will work, but
ダメよ
okay, I'm still here. But with the one chance I had at ever attaining my goals gone, why should I continue to live? It's hopeless. I see. Sakura cups a hand to her chin and nods herself and intently think about
こ
what
の
she's
状
been
況
told.
を解決
I
する
know an easy solution to all of this. Huh? You do? Yup. Sakura bounces forward and extends her hand to Suzuki, applying a smile upon her
私
face.
たち
We'll be your friends,
友達
Suzuki.
にな
Suzuki is taken aback by a sudden gesture, but not as much as Hikari.
え
huh?
私たちが
We will? Really?
もちろん
Of course.
あなた悪い
You don't seem like a bad person. I think you were just going about things the wrong way.
彼女は私たち
She
を
tried to
殺
kill
そう
us,
としたのよ
Saika. How can you say she's not? That's all in the past.
昔のこと
I'm fairly sure you tried to kill me several times too, Hikari.
私をか
Is
ば
this
ってる
some kind of trick? Are you mocking me?
違う
No tricks. Me and Kenta and Hikari are all happy to be your friend. Right, guys? Sure. I have no problems with that.
私はまだ
Now just hold on. Right, Hikari. Sakura twists her head to Hikari in the most unnatural fashion, her smile widening. It's like something out of a horror movie. Uh-huh. Right. You guys, Yuzuki doesn't know how to process this. Her face flickers through a range of emotions before she settles on a smile, the faint trace of tears bubbling up in the corners of her eyes.
私にはそんな価値がない
I
どうして優しくす
I
るの
don't deserve any of this. Why are you being so nice? Don't be like that. Everyone deserves
ふさわし
friends.
くないもない
Who
の
cares if
そ
you
んな
might
こ
have done a
と
few
誰
silly
も気に
things
して
before?
ないよ
True fans overlook these sort of things. I'm not really sure we should fully be overlooking the fact that she was Twisted Dark Angel before, but Saika has a good point.
こん
Now
な
come
の
on.
にはおさらば
Let's
して
get out of this creepy game and put this all in the
他
past.
のみんなは知ら
I
ない
don't know about you guys, but I'm
私
feeling pretty
はもう
exhausted right
本
about
当
now.
なの
And so, after perhaps the most dramatic moments of my life, we all exit the cave with the hope that we never have to return. At long last, a long lost evil was put back in place, and we made a new friend today. All in all, I'd say it's been a fairly eventful day. Thankfully, thanks to Yuzuki, we found an alternative way out of the cave that didn't involve squeezing ourselves into an impossibly small tunnel. I'm not sure I could have made this journey back if that were the case. I can actually think clearly now. My headaches are gone, for good I hope. We marched back to the forest. The warm, vibrant rays of the sun welcomed change after being in the cave for so long. Ah, fresh air at last. Saika bounces out a few steps ahead to take in the crisp air. Hikari and Yuzuki are trailing behind, seemingly still still not comfortable with one another. I guess they always had the biggest rivalry during their encounters. Well, that took less time than I thought it would. Looks like we still have plenty of the day. She continues to radiate confidence. She takes in sights, but I can't shake the one question that's come to my mind since we started the Soul Crusade. What happens now? I mean, didn't we just fix the one reason that you guys needed to be here? Oh, since she knows when a man answer smiles works, and it seems like a reaction answered my question for me. That's, well, you're right. Our business is done here. They both give me soul looks. I knew it. I didn't want to accept it, but I knew this was going to happen.
待って、どこが
Wait,
じゃ
you're just going to leave now? I thought you promised.
誰がいなくなる
Hey, who said anything about us leaving? It's true that we have no official reason to stay any longer,
私
but I
たち
think
が
we got a lot of holiday time we could cash in, right?
そんな
Holidays?
のが私たちに
Why on earth are you? That smile, that look. It cuts Hikari off and she changed her mind about things. I think I'm quickly learning who's the boss in this group. Yes, of course. We got plenty of free time we can take off.
ほら
See,
お別れなんて心配しな
this
くていい
isn't goodbye yet.
ま
Don't
だ
you
見て
guys
ほしい
worry.
でしょ
I wouldn't be so mean as to deprive you all of
も
me.
っと一緒にいたい
And
もん
we'll
ね
make the most
やりたいこと
of
も
the
まだ
time
ま
we
だ
have
たくさんあ
together.
るし
As friends, there's still so much around here I have to try. She trails off into a list of things she wants to do as Hikari struggles to come to terms with their impromptu holiday. I guess whatever top secret magic organization they belong to isn't going to be happy when they learn about this. Still, I'm somewhat relieved that they'll be sticking around a bit longer, even if only for a while. While things have certainly been crazy these past few days, I definitely can't say I hated all of it. The parts where things were trying to kill me were bad, sure, but I really had a lot of fun. I never had much of a social life these days, so all these experiences had been pretty new to me in more than one way. They haven't just been my guardians angels, they've also been my friends. Damn good ones at that. Okay, so maybe Saika's jokes can be a bit much and Hikari can be a little bossy at times, but that just adds to their charm. They pulled me into a completely new and unknown world when we first met, and I might have just been a tiny bit reluctant about accepting things. I wouldn't change any of these experiences for the world, though I feel they helped me shape into a better person. Pulled me out of whatever shell I might have been hiding away in these past years. I can't help but smile as my guardian break into an argument once more. I'm not even sure what started it this time. I need to make sure I enjoy the little time I've left them before they leave. Probably for good. And it's a bit depressing to know this won't last forever, but then it's just all the more incentive to make the time count and create as many happy memories as possible.
今度こそ死なす
I'm going to kill you. Ah, calm down, it was just a joke.
冗
And
談
protect me.
バカばっかりな
You're certainly strange bunch. Yup. Happy memories. So what, we don't get a waifu? I wake up feeling better than ever. No headaches. No feeling of having done something terrible. Just bliss. It's been about a week now since we resealed the Dark Queen, and true to their word, Sakura and Hikari have stuck around. They continue to go to school, and we continue to hang out, making most of the free time we have. They still insist on camping outside though. There was really no need for that since they haven't been here. There haven't been any more monster attacks. Maybe they've just gotten used to it. Or they're just as stubborn as ever, I don't know. I guess it's not that bad. I'm just surprised they haven't been caught yet. And when that time comes, I'm going to say I told them so. Huh? There's a knock at my door. I wonder who it is.
もう着替え終わってる
I hope you're all dressed and stuff, or it's going to be super embarrassing. Oh well. Saying that and give him no time to react, she zooms open the door and dances in my room. She looks almost disappointed with the results and lets outside. Alright, good morning, Saika. I finished doing my tie. Unfortunately for her, I am in fact fully dressed. Something of a rarity at this time of the morning, but I've learned to be wary with her on the prowl.
おはよう。
Morning. It seems my attempt to sneak up on you while you're all helpless and defenseless have backfired on me. Maybe I'm getting too predictable? Maybe. Perhaps next time I should come in from the window. Please don't. Saika breaks into statics before she begins to poke about my room. Lately she's been making a habit of getting me up in the mornings. I can't tell you how scared I was the first time to wake up with her peering over with that same grin. She says it's because she wants to make sure I'm up in time for school. Not sure, there must be other reasons behind it. In fact, I feel like we've grown a lot closer since the events in that cave. She's always been really friendly and affectionate, sure, but there's definitely been an increase in said friendliness and affection. At lunch times, she's always grabbed me by the hand and dragged me to the cafeteria, whether I like it or not. And during our walks home, okay, so we did get a waifu. That's good. I can't help but feel like she's making a conscious effort to make us outpace Hikari. Maybe I'm just imagining things. I don't know. All I know is, hey, who said you could touch that? She focused on my laptop, so she's always had her eye on every time she's been in here. I just want to have a look. I mean, surely a nice innocent boy such self wouldn't have anything to hide on here. Right. But why are you going? But we're going to be late for school if you mess around. I'll just have a quick look then. Let's see. Might have an important. Where might the important schoolwork folder be? Or what is this strangely named one that seems to have a password? Saika. I'm kidding. I haven't even turned the thing on. She swings the laptop around my way with a grin, the screen indeed blank. Oh, that sure is an interesting reaction though. Almost as if you did have a folder like that, huh? It's not classified as lying if I don't say anything. I meet her head on with a blank stare. She opens her mouth to say something, no doubt to tease me further. We're going to be late if you keep messing around. Hikari says today, her commanding voice enough to sound up the stairs and into my room. Well, we'll save this matter for another day, huh? Don't think you're off the hook so easily, mister. Saying that, she bounds on out and down the stairs. I think she leapt the entire flight of them in one go. I follow shortly after and met by my additional two house guests. Hikari and Yuzuki stand in the dining room with an awkward distance from one another, still yet to fully become friends. Much like Saika and Hikari, Yuzuki apparently has no problems with breaking into my house while I slept to wait for me to get up. When I think about it this way, it's a bit worrying. I'll just do the smart thing and ignore it. Good morning, guys. About time. What were you two up to anyway? Well, if you really want to know, actually I don't want to hear. I'm sure it was something indecent knowing the pair of you. Hey now, why am I getting lumped in with her? I'm an innocent, pure-hearted boy. Well, you're lost. Genta, good morning. Yuki greets me with a faint smile on her face. Since we started hanging out, it's been a gradual process of her opening up more to us. She's still pretty quiet most of the time, and we won't dive into many conversations, but I think she enjoys our company. It must be tough for her to adjust to things after she's finally obtained the friends she so desired all these years. I'm sure it won't be long until she's out of her shell with Saika and Hikari, and the hell no. They seem to be able to bring out the best in people. I greet her back with a nod of my head, but my eyes are quickly fixed on Saika, who is was heading somewhere dangerous. Sorry guys, my mic gave out. Battery died. But I plugged it back up, so we're good. I really don't want to because I had unplugged my 360 controller, but I was like, I want them to be able to hear me, so. So,
食べないとね
who wants breakfast? Oh no, you don't. She stops in her track, inches from the kitchen.
ちょっとだけ
Ah, but I was only gonna. Nope.
も
Fine, fine. I tried. You did, and I'm mad at you for that, but it's not happening. Again. Ever again. Why is my phone lit up as if I had text when I don't? Oh, okay.
うそんなにひどくなかった
It wasn't
か
even
な
that bad. I settled past her and entered the kitchen myself. She gives me the usual pout pout like always. It soon melts away and her smile returns.
ね
Well,
え見てる
can
だ
I
け
at
じゃ
least watch?
勉
Maybe I'll
強
be able
す
to
れば
learn
良くな
better
ると
for
思うんだ
sometime in the future. She gives me a look that's impossible to say no to. Damn it. Ah, fine. Just don't touch anything.
やった
Yay. She watches over my shoulder. Literally. Her head is resting on my shoulder. It makes it a bit more difficult to do things, but honestly, it's not bad. Ah, delicious. Sakura lets out contents that having devoured her meal in record time. I'm not even sure she has any time to taste with how fast she wolfs the stuff
本
down.
当と
Yes,
ても美味しい
it
わ
was nice. I didn't even expect to be such a good Kent.
今
Didn't expect you to be such a good Kenta.
日はちょっとやりす
Maybe
ぎね
a little
誰かさんが
overdone
台所
today.
で邪魔をしてたからかしら
I don't blame you, however, with that thing. Join. What join? With that thing joining, it should be joining. Oh, join to you in the kitchen. Okay, makes more
気を
sense
つけ
now.
て
That's right there, Espen.
表に出ち
Careful
ゃ
how
ってる
Hikari. Careful now, Hikari. Your jealousy is showing.
マリ
Shut
ナ
up. The nonsense you come up with, I swear.
とにかく
Anyway, we're going to be late for school if we waste any more time.
あら
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen you in such a rush to get to school before, Hikari. Huh. Baka. Hikari stops on out of the front door, leaving the rest of us to scramble for our bags and shoes. Maybe one day I'll finally understand her. Come on, adventure awaits us, Kenta. Sakura extends me a hand as Yuzuki shuffles on by. I won't really call the test we have today an adventure.
待って
Wait,
テストなん
we
だ
have a test? Well, yeah. It's been mentioned every day this week. Don't tell me you. Hopeless. I can't help but smile.
大丈夫
It's okay. I'll just take the answers from you if I
前
need
を
them.
覗き込むから
Now, onwards. She takes a firm hold of my hand and begins to drag me out of the house. Sakura, wait. I don't even have my shoes
早
on.
く
Onwards. Okay, so that was the end. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me reading it, despite my really, really bad speaking. And, let's go to gallery real quick. I don't know if we unlocked them all. No, we didn't unlock them all. I didn't figure, because, there had to be some that were, Hikari. But, we unlocked most of them, so that's good. I'm not really one for every single image. I am when it comes to like other games, but like these kind of ones, not really. I mean, I did some of the other ones because I was just like bored, but yeah, maybe eventually. I mean, there ain't that many choices in the game, so you know. Anyhow, I think I'll end this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.